Yeah, I know it's been a minute. Happy New Year. I really do hope this year has been going well for you so far. And I hope you made some New Year resolution and I hope you are keeping your word with them. On the other hand, I made some changes, This thing that they say, New Year, New Me. Only for me, in my case, it was a little bit extra. New Year, New Me, new microphone, new table. I haven't bought a new table. I don't know if you all can realize something, but that other one was smaller. This is a different one, a wider one that I can comfortably rest on. And I haven't got an office chair. I really think I'm taking this YouTube thing serious, which is so weird because I never really saw that coming. And I also bought all these things so that I can comfortably work from home. And YouTube too. I even messed around and I got this this handmade craft here of this eagle here, and I really find it cool and fine. But people find it scary, so I'll just let it remain in the background. Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that new year, new me, new microphone, new table, new chair, and wait. I now have captions. Oh god. You guys are in trouble this year. For those of you that watched my last video, 10 essentials I can't live without. I made mention of the fact that I really loved that video because it's gonna give birth to a lot of things I'm gonna speak on this channel. Well, here is one of them. So today's talk is gonna be on smelling good 101 introduction, and I'm gonna be speaking majorly on body odor to prevent it, how to handle it, and things like that, how to just smell good generally. So this video is majorly on smelling good, the primary aspects of smelling good, personal hygiene, how to prevent body odor, and if you have, how to manage it and make it go away. I'm Zude, and you're welcome to reality. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, put on the notification so you'll be notified whenever I make a video. And if you like this video, like the video. If you have anything to say, it's a free word. At least my DM is free, or my comment section is free. You can say your mind. Anything you want, basically. It's fine by me. Don't be abusive, because if you're abusive, I'll come for you. Okay, I'll not come for you, but you get the point. Let's keep it nice, things like that. Because this is a sensitive matter. Body odor, the primary aspects of smelling good, okay? I'm majorly going to speak on body odor, my experience around people with body odor, things that cause it, and of course, management and prevention. Personally, growing up, I actually had body odor at some point, if I remember correctly. I just outgrew it, or I just caught it early, things like that, so I don't have it anymore. But growing up, puberty, I used to have it. It was so, okay, maybe not so bad though, but it was there. Let me put it that way. So, as you can see, I had it. I have a perfume collection right now. I smell good. So if I'm telling you that I once had body odor, if I can confidently say it, you have nothing to be ashamed of, okay? Just be willing to fight it. Body odor simply is when someone smells bad, and there are a lot of things that can cause it, down to your diet. Yes, you heard that correctly. Your diet. Now, something that is so crazy and tricky about this thing called body odor is the fact that most people are not even aware that they have it. And what's more crazy, or rather what's crazier, is that people around them, close people around them who are meant to advise them on the body odor have acclimatized to them to the point they are not even aware that their friends or people that they're close with have a body odor. So you see, now it begs the question, how do you fight what you cannot see? Or in this case, how can you fight what you cannot smell? But don't worry, calm down. You're in the right place. Let me explain. I'm going to give you all an example here so that you all can understand perfectly. Grab your popcorns because it's story time. There was this girl, a very nice girl as a matter of fact, so good. This girl was so hot. Like, when she walks past, all heads turn. You should understand what I mean. If you know, you know. Like, she's just that attractive with a nice body. But unfortunately, she had a serious body odor. Whew. Man, it was really, really bad.
Rono.
Now, hers was so bad that if I walked into a room, I didn't need to check before I knew she was there. Like, I'm just trying to let you all know how bad it was. On a normal day, what I just said would have been an exaggeration, but believe me when I tell you this, I'm not exaggerating. See, we actually went to the same school at the time, the uni where I finished from. So that's how I knew her, but I didn't meet her in school. I met her during internship. I didn't actually know her then. I was shocked that, someone like that was in that school because she was so lucky and, and she's a nice person. Fast forward some months later, we finished our industrial training. We went back to school, and it was time for exams. We have a lab where I had access to, like where I had the key to. We call it the museum lab. It's basically where some of us go to read, have lectures, chill, and extracurricular activities. But anyways, scratch that. So it was exam period, and I was trying to read for the exams. When I entered, I opened everywhere, as usual. I got settled in, and then this girl came in with her friend. Now, the girl in question is not in my department, but she had a very close friend in my department. They're super close, so they came there to read. That day, I wasn't just having to talk. What I did, I don't want to say it was not justified. It was justified, obviously, but like I'm trying to be fair and put everything into consideration here, okay? So I don't just want to say I was justified. So basically, I wasn't just having it because I was smelling the body odor. I took my books, my belongings, everything. I went to the other class where people were just to read, when I had access to my own space. But anyways, I did that, and then I took my phone and I texted a friend, the one in my department. I told her, look, can you go tell your friend to freshen up and come out again because her body odor is really bad today. I did that so casually because, them being close, I thought a friend was aware of her body odor. I told a friend in trust because, I felt she was the better person to advise her friend. Because here's the thing, body odor is a sensitive thing. Back then, I was actually somehow known for having a perfume collection in school by some people, so I didn't want it to look like, oh yeah, because I have a perfume collection I'm going around telling people that they have a body odor. I didn't want to come across like that, so that's why I told her friend the confidence to advise her friend to freshen up. But she wasn't even aware of the body odor. She wasn't aware of her body odor, and the friend that was meant to advise her wasn't aware that she had a body odor. So you see, and just somehow the friend got to see that message. Like 10 minutes after I started hearing screams, all I was hearing was, where is Ode? 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 Who are you saying has a body odor? Blah, 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 blah. And me, I'm confused. I'm like, okay, first of all, how did you know about this? And again, why are you sounding all surprised? And again, why did your friend tell you nothing? I was just so confused. So I froze at some point. When she was shouting in class, here's the thing, she was actually embarrassing herself, alright? And people were there in the block because I studied human anatomy in school, so we are always in the med block, you understand? And she's also in a branch of medicine. I don't want to say the department before you guys start guessing and everything. She started shouting basically, and I'm there. I just froze. I was with someone. I was actually reading with someone, and this girl comes and she just started shouting, so there, where are you? This has a body odor, blah blah blah, things like that. After I froze at some point, I just looked at her. I was like, so why are you acting like you don't have a body odor? Now, here's the thing. In her defense, I'm saying in her defense because I'm trying to be fair and put things into consideration. Truly, she didn't know she had a body odor. It was just that crazy. Me, I wasn't still buying it as and then. So, because it didn't make sense to me why you are trying to tell the whole world, because there is no smoke without fire. For example, now, if you come to say that I'm a thief, even if I'm not a thief, like, people will want to look into it because why will you just accuse someone of being a thief? Same with this. And then she came and she goes, why will you say I have a body odor, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so don't you know you have a body odor or something? Why are you acting like you don't know you have a body odor? Why are you just throwing tantrums yeah and there unnecessarily? So she was like, even if, I felt she had a body odor, why didn't I tell her? I'm like, because your friend would have been in a better position to tell you that kind of thing. And then she goes, oh, no one will ever want to hear that he or she has a body odor, blah blah blah. She not said something crazy, and she was like, your mom, do you think if she hears that she has a body odor, she'll be happy? Then I was shocked. I was like, okay, so are you angry because of the fact I said you have a body odor, or because of the fact I told your friend to come advise you? Because I was like, okay, pick a side if you're angry. And besides, my mom is my mom. That's why she can't have a body odor. She won't even accept that nonsense from me, so talk more herself. So that was by the way, obviously. It really caused a serious issue because she was just shouting. If the roles were reversed and someone tells a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, my closest friend, that I do have a body odor, I'm going to react differently. I'll really observe the person that is saying it. I really want to know why the person is saying it. And I will also appreciate the fact that he or she told my closest friend. Because if I react differently and I come to start, publicly disgracing myself, it's a win-win for you and a lose-lose for me. And I don't know why people don't see things that way, because the fact you publicly came out to disgrace yourself, that's a lose-lose for you. So that's what I was like. I would have expected, better from her. But anyways, I guess that's why human beings are different. You know what? Before I go on, I really do have a question here. Saying that I had the right intention in mind and what I did out of love. And I tried putting that into consideration too. Was I wrong for thinking that our friend would be in a better position to know how to tell her and how to go about it? Or I would have just approached her directly? Was I wrong for what I did? Because believe me when I tell you this thing, I have no problem being blunt or approaching directly, but body odor is quite sensitive, and let's just face the fact there are some people that will be in a better position to say some things. I thought our friend would have been in a better position, and again, I noticed that me being blunt sometimes, I say some things that make some people feel insecure around me. And that was what I was trying to avoid. And here's the funny thing, that's exactly what happened. Later that night, when she had, cooled down and everything, I went to meet her. She didn't want to talk to me, but I insisted that we talk and everything. And I basically explained to her that look, I really do have no reason to lie to you. You are my guy. I have no reason to lie to you. We went back and forth and, we just decided to patch things up. And she told me something after. She was like, I smell good, by the way, and now she'll feel insecure around me. That's what she said, and I didn't really like that because that's not what I wanted. I didn't want her to feel insecure around me, and that's why I didn't want it to come from me direct. So you understand my point here? It's like I would foresee this thing happening, and it still happened either way. After everything, I apologized to her. I didn't apologize for saying she had a body odor, but I apologized for making her feel that way. I apologized to her for, the fact I could make her react that way. That's what I was trying to avoid by going through her friends. So I apologize for what I did, how I went about it. But for saying she had a body odor, nope. I didn't apologize for shit at all. But you understand, yeah, I just try to be, fair in everything I do. She stopped talking to me. A month went by, she didn't talk to me. Like, if she sees me, she'll just pass. Even when, because we have some mutual friends, and when we're having a conversation, she'll just, you get that vibe when someone doesn't want you to participate in the conversation, you understand, things like that. And I was just cool with it either way, and it was fine by me. Any way you want to go is fine by me. I won't force or beg for a friendship at all. But I noticed that months after, she started opening up, like the group conversation thing. She'll want to ask for my opinion, or she would just want to hear things from me, or rather ask me some questions, or which she wouldn't do before. And I was still fine with it either way. After the incident, I noticed that months went by and the body odor drastically reduced. It was a very, 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 very good effort, and I was really happy. You see, either way, it's a win-win. At least she, became cautious of it. But you see, that's life. You don't always get your flowers, even for doing the right thing. But one by one, we'll change the world. I'm just playing. I'm going to be speaking on things for you to do to smell good, especially if you have a body odor. And this part is going to cover the causes, the prevention, and the management of body odor and smelling good in general. So the first point, change and wash your clothes and underwear. I'm going to be very real with you all here. I never really had an issue changing and washing underwear. But you see, clothes, now that was the issue for me. Was, keyword was, I'm not saying like that, was, I'm just telling you, my personal experience so that you know that, yeah, things like this can happen to anybody. Since 2018, I've been in the clothing business. I sold clothes in uni. Like, that was my major source of income in university, aside some other small things I used to do. So I sold clothes, and if you know so much about clothes, clothing 101, wash your clothes as rare as possible. That's the general rule to avoid things like fading. You see, back then when I hardly washed my clothes, I actually had 3 rules. Rule number 1, if there are no visible stains, don't wash it. Rule number 2, if it's not smelling, don't wash it. And rule number 3, if you've not worn it for 3 times, don't wash it. Those were my rules back then. If I go out in the day and let's say I sweat, I'll just sun it or I'll air it and I'll call it a day. And doing that, that was killing my scent. It wasn't giving me a body odor, but I think it was leading to it. I didn't even know. It was my mom. Thanks to my mom and her overly sensitive nose. If I'm watching this, mommy, thank you, by the way. So yeah, she noticed it and she told me what was happening. And she told me that, okay, yeah, she knows what I'm trying to do. She knows that, yeah, I'm just trying to take off my clothes, but I should actually will be washing them after every wear, which I started doing, you see. So please always wash your clothes, okay? Because back then I wasn't smelling per se, but it was killing my perfume scent, like it was killing my fragrance. I wasn't smelling fresh. And over time, I'm sure if I had continued, it would have led to a body odor at some point, or something worse. It can be that bad, trust me, it can be really, really bad. So please always learn to wash your clothes after every wear. So let's say you really don't want to wash it deeply, just wash it with just enough detergent to at least make your clothes smell fresh and give it that fresh smell or feel. You understand? Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do. Let's say I wear a t-shirt for just the day, and even if I don't sweat, I'll just put it into water, add a little bit of detergent to at least give it that fresh smell and feel. Point number two: have your bath regularly. And here's the thing, I get it, okay? I perfectly understand there are a lot of studies done by dermatologists and scientists over the world. Some will tell you don't have your bath more than 3 times a week. Some will tell you 2 times a week. Some will tell you 4 times a week. Trust me, I get it, okay? But please, for the love of God, for the love of mother and child, have your bath at least once a day, okay? If you're in the hotter region and let's say you sweat a lot, twice, please. But for people that are in the colder region, let's say Europe, America, the rest, blah blah blah, I feel people that have their bath twice a day over there when they don't even sweat that much or are not really dirty, I feel those people are actually doing more harm than good, in my opinion, though. Because if you're not dirty, just once a day is fine, please. Don't overdo it. And before I forget, I don't know who started this crap of having their bath in the night so that they won't have their bath in the morning. Like, I actually see people doing this. Two people have opened up to me, doing this, and that doesn't really make sense. Let's not deceive ourselves here. That does not make sense. Let's say you are supposed to be awake by 6 to go somewhere early. Let's say you're meant to be up 6 a.m. and you're still awake by 2 a.m. for some reasons, then yeah, if you're having your bath, then so that immediately you wake up, you just apply mouthwash and comb your hair, do something light, and go out. That makes sense. But let's say you are sleeping 10 p.m. and you want to wake up 6 or 7 a.m. to start your day, and you think you have your bath before you go to bed so that when you wake up, you just freshen up and go where you're going. Sure, okay. As in, are you okay? Let's not deceive ourselves. That's trash. So please have your bath at least once a day. And lastly, on this point, when it comes to having your bath and controlling or managing body odor, I feel hot baths actually do the trick. Warm baths, taking warm baths, because sometimes I really enjoy cold water. Because let's say I've had a really sweaty or dirty day. Let's say I did some activity, I walked or I played sports or something, football or something, and I come back home and I want to have my bath. Yes, what I've noticed. There's always a difference between when I have my bath with cold water and when I have my bath with hot water or warm water. Because I don't know about you, though. I'm just speaking, personally from my experience. I always feel cleaner when I have my bath with warm water. Because when I have my bath with cold water, it still gives me this, slimy feel, like I've never had my bath at all. And when I try to smell, it's still like, yeah, okay, yeah, you really need to go out to shower again. So that's me speaking, from my own personal experience. I don't know if the reverse is the case for you. I don't know how it works for you, but I'm just putting it out there. That's my own experience about cold water or having warm bath. That's just my personal experience. Number three, use scented creams and body wash. Personally, I'm against this, and that's because I'm a perfume person. I'm a fraghead, you see it, and I really don't like anything messing around my fragrance. So that's why most people that are like me that are into perfumes, I strongly advise against using scented body wash or scented body creams. But If you have body odor or you're trying to battle it or manage it, then trust me, you need all the help you can get. So please use scented body creams and body wash, okay? Personally, I actually use a scented body wash though. I use Dove because it's really, really good. It's, I just love this body wash. It's so good. And here's the thing, and because of what I said, I don't want anything messing around my fragrance. I found a fragrance free, cream, and that's this St. Ives moisturizing lotion, so that when I apply my perfume, I'll still smell like my perfume because this gives me scent and cleans my skin. This eliminates the scent from this shit here, and then I apply my fragrance. So you see, but let's say you are trying to battle body odor, then please get a body wash, get a scented cream, and yeah, good to go. At least that's a major step. Number 4, watch your diet. There's nothing like a bad food. There's nothing called a bad food, but there's something called a bad diet. Understand, yeah? And diet being good or bad is relative. A diet good for you can be bad for me. Something bad for me can be good for you, okay? It all depends on your condition and what you're trying to achieve with your diet. As a matter of fact, your overall diet can affect your body odor, and I've noticed this with spices especially, spices like curry, turmeric, garlic, gourd, and even veggies like onions. And how this works is that in the digestive process, they release gases that are of course expelled through the sweat pores. So let's say you want to always cover up, always with a hoodie, always with layers of clothing. Please, how the hell do you expect to smell? You'll smell horrible, of course. So that's why even if you insist on eating your spicy food or whatever, at least open up a bit. I didn't say you should be naked, but at least just open up a bit, or at least wear light clothing, because that will help. And in case you doubt me when I tell you that spices or your diet can cause body odor, do you know that there's a rare condition in which people that eat seafood tend to smell fishy? Like, it's a thing. And I've come across some people like that. I've come across 3 people like that, to be honest. Like, any seafood at all, they start to smell fishy. So yeah, it's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. I'm not capping. It's that deep. Your diet can affect your body odor. Don't be deceived. The 5th point, avoid perfumes. Some of my friends always find it funny when I tell people with body odor, avoid perfumes. It sounds funny though, but I'm actually dead serious. Do you know what's more irritating than smelling body odor? Smelling body odor mixed with fragrance or perfume. God, that thing irritates me and it pisses me off. Like, just have the body odor. I think I'm better of smelling body odor than smelling body odor mixed with fragrance or perfume. I really feel that people that are aware that they have a body odor but for some reasons still prioritize perfume over other things, I feel these people need to be wanted and arrested, because if you can consciously make a decision like that, I really don't want to be around you to see whatever crazy decision that you are capable of making. That's just it. So please avoid perfumes. That's if you are battling body odor. Just push it one side first. Point number 6, prioritize body sprays. You see, this is 2024. Please stop using roll-ons, because if you think about it deeply, the way those things are so unhygienic pisses me off. Because like a ball exposed to the surface, exposed to the bacteria in your skin, or rather your armpit, goes down the remaining of the product and then making it less effective and giving you balls and things like that. It doesn't just work well with me. Of course, there are some good ones though, but please prioritize body sprays. I want to make something clear because I really do not think this is being said enough. You may want to call all these deodorants, but let me tell you something very shocking. This is the only deodorant here, and that's why I tell people to do a little bit of research, or at least know how their body works and what they really do need. I really don't blame you for calling all these deodorants, by the way. After all, they all smell good, so they would seem like deodorants, but they are not. Trust me. This right here is the only deodorant. And on your path to smelling good, you need to be aware of 3 terms. Number 1, deodorant. Number 2, antiperspirant. And number 3, anti-transparent. And they work in a totally different way. Now, deodorants, all what they do is basically mask the body odor and make you smell fresher. That's just basically it.
They shock you.
They don't work in any deep way. They just mask the body odor and make you smell fresher. That's just it. But antiperspirants, on the other hand, this reduce the way you sweat. Okay, like I don't know if you all may have noticed it, but just try to notice it, or just try to be observant. If you use an antiperspirant, you sweat less in that area. Okay, and the third one, antitranspirant. How this work is that it keeps that place dry. Okay, now this limits sweating, but it does not keep it dry. Like once you start to sweat, you start to sweat. But antitransparent keeps that place dry. Okay. Now remember what I said. Antiperspirant reduces the way you sweat in that area, but antitransparent keeps that place dry. So let's say you have a body odor, but you don't really sweat that much, and your armpits are not really moist most of the time. Then you are better off with just a deodorant. Let's say you sweat a lot, and because of that you have a body odor, then you're better off with an antiperspirant. Okay, because as I said, it reduces the way you sweat. But let's say you always notice that your armpit easily gets moist, or something like that, just like me. I don't sweat at all, but my armpit easily gets moist. Then someone like me, I'm better off with an anti-transparent. So tell me in the comment section, based on your skin type, based on your condition, what do you think you are better off with? But the fact this is the only deodorant does not mean the rest does not smell good. No, the rest of them, all of them smell good. Okay, all of them have a little bit of fragrance with them. This is just the deodorant. Like, the difference is not really in their smell, it's about how they work exactly. In conclusion, when you wake up, pray to God who gave you life to live, and then have your bath, then apply your deodorant or your antiperspirant or anti-transparent so that others can live. And that's all she wrote. I'm Zude, and I'm out.